Oh, there's a lot of different paths I'm thinking about going down. What I wanted to say before with drawings is that I just feel like there's a fundamental flaw, right? So like once we started designing things in 3D in CAD, right? Because at a certain point we were drawing things on paper, but once we started doing stuff in CAD, we're bringing the 3D into 2D to bring it back into 3D. I think that like fundamentally, there's either going to be a loss in quality or a loss in time when you
Absolutely.
translate between those different dimensions. And I just think that I just at this point I just don't see a good reason for it to continue. It served its purpose
Yeah.
when you couldn't visualize it well, but I just don't see an excuse why we can't enforce that or so what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. So ASME is the Standards Institute, and they have Y14.5, which is their dimensioning and tolerancing GD&T like standard, most used standard of theirs in the world. They came up with Y14.41, I want to say 92, and that's all on model-based definition. And so they have a standard that was created 30 years ago.
Yeah. And
About how to create and interpret model-based definitioning, where you have the key dimension shown on the model, and then you just interrogate the model for the other dimensions that are needed.
meaning like you would have maybe you have a monitor and you'd have the part in 3D and like visually as you rotate around the model you can sort of see like call outs almost like yeah.
So if you had an isometric view, you'd have things that came out in the front plane, but sticking off a surface on the right side.
Yeah.
And you'd have, things in the top plane.
Right.
And you can actually put those annotations on those planes. It'll rotate around with the part.
Yeah, that's neat.
Creo's done a really good job. It's hard. GD&T can be hard to show consistently. They have a really cool GTOL advisor. And so when you say this part is flat here, it'll highlight that surface as green, as in that has been toleranced, and everything else is still blue. And then you position this hole, and that turns green. So you know what
nice.
you've covered and how you've captured the form tolerances of individual surfaces. So Creo's doing a great job. Industry is so far behind. And some of it's inspection, like the aviation inspection group, like they have a certain style drawing that needs to be inspected, and that is how things get certified. So when you have those processes, like some of that stuff holds things up.
Yeah.